Bro, I woke up not long ago. Shoot, and I immediately have to go out already. It's 8:50 right now. The funny thing is, I woke up at 8:30, bro. The event started at 8:30, bro. Shit. I'm so late, but there's no choice. When I got back home yesterday, it was like around 11:50. You know, I had to bring my mom up and everything like that. And then I have to like bath. Bro, by the time I bath, I go to sleep, it was like already near 1 AM already. So there's nothing I can do about it. Bro, someone had to like dry my hair and stuff like that. Now it's already 8:50. Bro, okay, let's go out now. Sheesh. Alright, I will cut back to when I reach the place, which will be Sunway University. I need to beef toe. Slow down, please. Okay, nice. Let's go. I'm here at Sunway Laguna. I was just joking, Sunway City. But yeah, I'm basically here already. Just waiting for the traffic light to turn green. Bro. Sunway Lagoon, bro. What the heck? There's somebody, I remember like one time I saw a news, some dude freaking goon at the corner of a freaking like computer room. Holy crap, bro. Funny, man. But yeah. Sorry, it wasn't even a corner of the computer room. It was actually literally the entrance of a freaking library that so happens to have a computer like section at the front. So bro, actually getting stopped by a police, bro. Golly, bro. And you know what the funny thing is? I got stopped by police because I was going, there's a one-way road over here. I didn't know because there's two lines. You can see that, the white lines. I thought it's a freaking two-way, bro. Apparently it's a one-way. Oh my god, bro. I went the wrong way. What the heck? I didn't know. This is my first time. I mean, not my first time. My first time driving to Sunway. I'm freaking like getting saman, bro. Bruh. Not getting saman because I didn't park properly or anything like that. I go to the freaking one-way like that also kena saman. Right, I'm at the freaking Sunway University. Holy shit, man. Dumbass, bro. Fucking gonna saman the first time. Bruh. Holy shit. This is my actually first time getting saman, bro. What the hell? Am I dumb or something? But yeah, this is Sunway University. Sheesh.
Cool. Thank you guys, thank you. So now the next thing is that the keynote will be starting shortly, within 10-15 minutes. So we request people who wants to go on the keynote and all that to just go downstairs.
Good morning. Assalamualaikum. AWS Community Day Malaysia 2025.
Connect to WhatsApp, Telegram, Server Slack, Google Tasks and Calendar. So the MCP, this bunch here, this stack here, these MCP servers are available. Okay, there is a big community out there that have already built a lot of MCP servers. What we can do is just basically plug and play and use. Okay, I will video. No worries if you can't hear the sound because there's no sound. You just see. Okay, wait. Okay. Okay, so yeah, so again, this is the, I call it the personal assistant. Yeah, so some parts are a bit sped up, but later on, if you are unclear on certain areas, I can replay and maybe explain it to you. Okay, so starting now. Okay, on the left, it's my Claude desktop. Oh, it's not very clear, yeah. It's a bit small. So basically, I said, give me the summary of WhatsApp conversation that took place today. Okay, then Claude desktop. Sorry, it's not very clear. Yeah, I'm going to narrate. So Claude desktop basically connect to the MCP WhatsApp MCP server, and then retrieve all the conversation in my WhatsApp and provide a summary here. Okay, it's not very clear, but yeah, you can see that it's actually generating all my WhatsApp messages in the form of summary. Okay, it's not very clear. okay, it's generating, it's calling the API, Google Calendar API. Okay, then you can see here that the holiday, it's entered into my Google Calendar. Okay, my input, basically it's only through Claude Desktop here. So if you are connected to MCP server, basically you can tell Claude to say that, okay, I have this task, add this to my to-do list. I have this spot. There are two types in MCP server. There's a standard IO, and there's a string information about your software development, Jira, and then poisoning, prompt poisoning, and so on. So you can actually you can Google it and you can find their.
One less thing for the LLM to mess up. In fact, instead of having a multi-agent supervisor, just put a bunch of workflows together. And this is what I'll talk about a little bit later. But what if you took this to its logical conclusion? If using more LLMs makes things bad, and using more programming makes things good, then what if we only use programming and no LLMs? So that brings me to the third one. If it runs, call it an agent. That means you've already been deploying agents for a really long time. Congratulations. Now look, I know you're thinking, hey, are agents telling me to lie? I'm not telling you to lie at all. Because the definition of an agent is something that autonomously makes decisions on behalf of the user. The last time I checked, an if statement is still technically a decision. A decision tree, it's got the word decision in the title. And don't listen to me. Look at our wonderful consulting companies like Gartner said that out of the thousands, the 10,000 companies out there claiming to be agents, only 130 of them are real. Now, 99.99% people are right. We know popular is always right. I want to be popular, so I want to be like them. Plus, they've even got a term for it. It's called agent washing. It's always good to have good hygiene. Nobody likes a dirty agent. Wash yours today. Okay, another good tip. Break down large, monolithic agents to smaller ones. Yeah, this is the thing that we just talked about, right? Somebody asked this question, how many tool calls can you put? If you have a giant agent, one single agent that has access to all these things, if you're building an HR system, it gets complicated. It's got knowledge bases, it's got tool calls, it's confusing. But beyond just getting confusing, it's going to get a lot slower because each of these tool descriptions are actually increasing your context window. And as we know, the more input data you put in, the slower it gets. But beyond that, how are you going to test this? If you have a really long, complicated prompt to make sure it knows how to call all these in order, if you change one line, it goes completely haywire and breaks everything up. Just from a purely logical software engineering point of view, this is probably not going to be a good idea. At the very least, you should break them down into smaller, specialized sub-agents. And so the big supervisor agent has less decisions to make. Just hands off and let it be someone else's problem. It's also significantly easier to test because then you can test the sub-agent over and over and over again on a limited tool call and you know it's rock solid, and then move on to the next one. It really makes things a lot more simpler and easy. And there's also a bunch of other ways to do this, right? You've seen patterns like parallel calls, swarms, orchestration, hierarchical. Pick your flavor, but just don't have one giant agent with everything in there. Break it down into structure. Clearly this doesn't have anything to say about. Tune your agent. This is really important. So there is prompt engineering, but when it comes to agents, there's a lot of things you can tune. The agent instructions are the obvious ones, the tool call definitions aren't, the knowledge base, etc. So let's take this. This is the Bedrock agents. You're a restaurant agent helping clients retrieve information from the booking, create a new booking, or delete the existing one. So the user said, I need a table for 4 people tomorrow at 7, and the agent goes, great, I made a booking for 4 people tomorrow at 7 p.m. Here's your booking ID. Cool, right? Whose name is it under? Is my restaurant open at 7? Do I have tables that big? Maybe this was 10. See, this is a poor instruction. You know what's a better instruction? Here's one. Give the name of the restaurant, tell it what it can and can't do, be very explicit about what you need it to give. This is significantly better. And when you ask the same question, it goes, right? That's what a human would do. So make sure your instructions for your agents are robust. But it's not just the instructions for the agents. If you're going to build your own MCP server, This is what is important. They're going to look at the name. That's what gets past the LLM. So put in things like no 24-hour format, or you want to use the other one. What are the number of guests that should be? Sorry, I just have to throw that in there. Then there's also context engineering, and this is what Andrew says. So look at our, and he said, I want to build a Flappy Bird clone. We sent that. And it goes to one agent. The first agent says, okay, it's going to build a Flappy Bird clone. I'm going to tell one agent to create the background and the right agent to create the bird. Now, the left agent doesn't really know in great detail what the question was asked, so it just creates a background that looks like, green pipes, etc. It looks like Super Mario because that's how the first agent described it. The second agent, maybe it's in charge of creating characters, and so it creates a bird, but it looks nothing like Flappy Bird. And then you combine it together, and the last agent has to create this weird mashup of some sort of bird and some sort of Mario game, and it gets it wrong. There's a better way to do this. The first thing you want to do is you want to pass in the conversation and actions that it's had so far into each one of the sub-agents. Right? This is really good. But there's another problem you'll run into. The left agent doesn't know what the right agent is doing, so it doesn't really know its styling. So maybe the left agent does know I'm going to make a Flappy Bird clone, but it made it in a different art style than the bird on the right. So an even better way to do this, by the way, this is from Cognition, which is the company that builds devs, completely stolen. A better way is this. This is simple, this is reliable. Put it in order. Every agent knows what the previous one did before it, so it understands how to continue that conversation. But then you're going to run into an issue. So if you go down the chain where you have too much data, you're going to hit that context overflow for one of the agents, right? Eventually, 200,000 context window, maybe it's a million context window, maybe you're doing financial reports like one of my customers does. So another thing, actually what context engineering would really do, is in between each one, instead of giving the full details, there's either another LLM, or in the version of Notion, what they ended up doing was they fine-tuned their own LLM model that only extracts the key points and passes them down. Context compression between agents is actually a form of context engineering. You don't want to give everybody all of the lecturer when you went to a lecture. You want just the important notes. Agents are the same thing. And so this brings me to always remember this when you're building your sub-agents. Your agent is effectively a goldfish on cocaine with that. I know that seems spicy, but goldfish because it forgets, and that's really important to have a there is a GitHub for deep research on AWS using Tavily and Bedrock, and it's using, I think, just means you always run 9. Then your research brief comes next. Every single time, you have 2 very I want you to format my tables in a table format. Don't just give me Markdown. The search optimization problem. And there's a whole company that works on search engine optimization. So what if you wanted to go to production, but you didn't want to worry about the hardware?
The whole team know already, bro. I use.
And when you look at the kind of the query languages that are designed for property graph, most people will know of these 2 sites, right? Cypher, OpenCypher, when you're actually
Sheesh, the event ended already. So now I think I'm just gonna go back. It's like 6 o'clock already. Look at these 3 dudes.
Yelah, yang tak worship sangat. Tak worship satu benda dia tak. Itu budak lah. Aku tak nak budak lah.
So, okay, yeah. So one more thing before that. Ashir.
Oh, that you mean I thought you something else.
Yeah.
Lady one.
Yo.
That's why you slow down.
Okay, slow down. No, JK. I just want to see the scenery.
That's beauty.
Wow.
Beauty view.
Yeah.
Careful lah, later you got caught.
Sheesh. Need to tag people or no need? If like Insta, you guys have Insta or something? Alright, I didn't film after the part where, like after the eating food part with my like colleagues and stuff like that, AWS people. I didn't film that part because I didn't film that part because like I sort of how do I say I sort of like I sort of ran out of battery sort of because I had like 1 or 2% left and I didn't want to like simply use it, open it, so I just shut down my phone and I never opened it after that. I put it in my bag. So yeah, now you get to see me go back home. Don't worry, I'm not looking at the phone, I'm only looking at the road even though I'm yapping my way. But yeah, I am finally back. Currently 10:09. Holy crap, I'm finally back. Oh my god. Bro, that's the reason why I cannot study at Sunway, bro. Like, Sunway is just way too far. Legit. It take me 45 minutes to go there. I mean, actually, got one time also, I stayed at Kajang, and every time I had to go to APU also, it took me like 1 hour plus. So I guess so. But the thing is like, I don't know, I'll be honest with you, because most of the time when I'm at APU, I don't even go to class. I always just online, you know, because as long as I can get the work done as a software engineer,
in 300 meters, turn right.
Just get the work done. So yeah. By the ways, I'm back. I'm gonna go back, edit the videos and quickly submit because apparently today's vid I haven't even uploaded it yet. So yeah, I'm gonna do exactly that. Also, I'll try to finish my GCP, which is tomorrow is the last day. So I actually have to grind my ass for GCP. So yeah. Alright, I took my stuff. Now I'm about to go back. Alright, that'll be about it for today. Didn't really record after I got home because it was my mom's birthday. So yeah, celebrated a bit. Then after that, I go sleep already. I bathed, everything, I sleep, dried my hair. Yeah, that's about it for today. Peace.